Morning, collective. I hope you're all doing well. It's taken me a bit of time to get into the reading today. I had a bit of a meditation this morning and I'm quite thirsty right now, so you have to give me a minute. I was thinking a little bit about the three elements of, I suppose, our manifest reality: the creation, sustaining, and destruction elements. And I thought I would do a pick a card reading today. Now, I don't typically do pick a card readings. However, I was feeling it. I was feeling called to read on how we can find our life purpose quickly. So how do we quickly get onto our life path? And so I'm just pulling a couple of messages here, daily messages, to kick off the reading. So the purpose of this reading is for us to take a look at finding our life's purpose. How do we find our life's purpose? Any other message for the collective today on finding our life's purpose? Okay. We have live the life that you love. So that's a wonderful message. Very simple. Kindness is magic. And I think this really fits into the vibe that we've been calling in with this collective here. And laughter every day. So those are wonderful messages. I am going to introduce the cards and the piles, and I have not taken a look at the cards. So the first pile is this beautiful internal explorer card. The second pile is this harmonic flight card. And the third pile is the infinite. So have a choose of the piles, look for timestamps down below, and I am going to get on with the readings. All right, hello pile one. You chose the internal explorer card. It says, when we stop looking outside ourselves and surrender to a soft inner focus, we have access to unlimited information and resources. When we stop thinking with the glass ceiling of our intellect, we have access to multidimensional wisdom from the collective consciousness. All right, I might read more of the card later. I'm trying to keep things in a pile where you guys can also see them. We're going to put this one right here. All right. So, I might need to use this architect guidebook as we go through. All right. So, you have finding your life's purpose, the forest, the starborn, and the siren. So just immediately what comes to mind here is that for this pile right here, finding your life's purpose is all about coming out of the forest. So coming out of a place where you've been wandering. Understanding that you are a star and that you do have a bigger calling and a bigger mission here. And part of that mission is going to be embracing this energy of the siren. So let's have a look and have a quick read through some of the info in the guidebook. Now, I'm sure you can find the contents of the guidebook online, so I'm not going to be reading everything. The forest, 135. The forest. Consider for a moment your earliest memory of the forest. It's likely that it included all of the mythic dreams of this archetypal space. A little fear, a little enchantment, perhaps losing your way, perhaps discovering a secret mystical treasure. So when in light, we've got magic abounds, childlike wonder and adventure. When in the dark, we've got concealment, destiny, and savagery. If you get out of the forest without feeling lost, you were only in a little grove of the trees. The great archetypal forest requires to be spent at least one night frightened for our life. So this is quite an interesting place for us to start coming into, finding out what our life's purpose is. It's saying that this collective, this pile in our collective has gone really, really quite deep. Sort of finding out what it is, probably doing a lot of deep shadow work. The Starborn. I'm pretty sure this is a self, right? The shapeshifter, the shaman, the destroyer, the sustainer, the healing. I'm gonna have to cut some of this out so that when I find the actual passage, I will resume the video. The Starborn. Why can't I find it in selves? The one, the self, the shadow, the unseen, the healer, sustainer, destroyer, creator, shaman, lover, king, hunter, warrior, orphan. Starborn 67. An elusive yet radiant aspect of the self, the Starborn archetype paints to the cosmic spark of light that arrives with each being at birth. The moment the newborn crowns, whether magically or surgically, the royal stars above are said to constellate a unique shape that maps our path in this world. When in light, a light, trusting, vibrant, and aimed. When in the dark, feelings of misalignment, loss, and lagging. When this card appears, don't be surprised if you receive a surge of desire for a long-lost dream, one you haven't visited since childhood. Let this desire shake you up. I'm just looking here. Just looking here for the Siren. The maiden, the warrior, the hunter, the queen, the Siren, 97. Okay. The siren calls and the world spins. What we thought we wanted pales in comparison to the sweet allure of her song. we find ourselves lost in a spell of desire and longing, perhaps even lust. When in light, awakened sensuality, absorption, and arousal. When in the dark, wickedness, adultery, wreckage, betrayal, and instability. Embodying the siren archetype requires that we explore things that are taboo. The siren laughs at conventions and constraints. She eats the rules. All right. Well, that is quite an interesting message here. So it looks like, I'm not going to say a whole lot about this. Getting some funny messages and downloads about potentially who's in this sort of collective and this pile. But let's take a look at, can I pull these down so that we can still see them on the camera? Still trying to get this camera situation sorted out. Okay. Finding our life path, pile number 1. Actually, I'm feeling called to... Okay, so let's talk a bit about first the forest. What is it that this pile in the past has... All right, we got jumpers. I was asking what in the past this pile has been spent time in the forest looking at. And we have got the 2 of Pentacles in reverse and the 4 of Cups upright. So to me, this is saying that in the past, when we were in the forest, we were looking at making a choice about what it is that we're holding on to, what it is that we're apathetic about. There's a hidden aspect here, and that's coming up in this card that was not turned up. And it is the 8 of Swords in reverse. So the 8 of Swords is a card that means self-imposed restrictions. And so given that it's coming up in reverse, it's saying to me that there were self-imposed restrictions that you can easily get out of, but the way of getting out of them has been hidden, hence it coming up in reverse. Okay, so what is it that... How is pile 1 going to move past the shadow side and get past these self-imposed restrictions? Wow, this is really, really deep. This is really, I suppose this pile has been in the forest for quite some time. So, let's see, let's hold this up. We have got the Magician, the 7 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords. So, this is telling me that this pile of our collective has been working a really long time with some of these darker, heavier energies. The 7 of Swords here, like this man right here is on a mission, right? He looks like he's sort of doing like a hooded assassin type energy, right? He is on a mission to, in the moonlight, in the hidden space, to understand this energy of the 9 of Swords. Now look at the 9 of Swords. This lady is crying, and what I was really drawn to is this one almost translucent bird up here in the sky. It's like a soul, like the soul energy that's coming out of the despair the soul energy that is surrounding this despair and this grieving. So what it says to me is that our collective that has been spending time in the forest has learned how to work with these dark energies because they were able to find the soul purpose in their suffering. Okay, that's a really, really, really heavy message here. And I'm sorry that you have had to go through this, Pile One. It sounds like it's been that you've gone through some really, really challenging times. So we know that we're all starborn here. We know that we're all on a particular mission. So it talked about this longing from a young age and knowing that we have a mission here and what that mission, reviving that mission, reviving that light. So tell me a little bit about what it was from childhood that Pile One had an intuition about. Let's revive the energy from childhood. I'm going to take them. Okay, we've got the Knight of Wands, the Ten of Cups reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Nine of Pentacles. So I'm going to hold these cards up so that you can see them, and then we'll put them down. Okay, so let's start. Okay, as a child, there was this energy, and it wasn't just an inspiration, it wasn't just a page, it was an actual experience, right? There was momentum towards this Ten of Cups, this happy family, this Ten of Cups is everything that we want, everything that we desire, and it isn't in the reverse. So it tells me that as a child, there was some momentum and some energy towards what it is that you wanted to do. And that you saw your destiny as being something. The Wheel of Fortune with the card of Nine of Pentacles, of independence, of independent success, independent knowing, independent being. Being able to independently affect your destiny is what the cards are saying to me. So as a child, you felt that the energy, you had the idea of what it was that you wanted to create in your life, and you felt that you had the ability to independently gain the skills needed to create and manifest your destiny. So what is it that this pile and this collective can do right now, right in this moment, to manifest, to become aware? Actually, let's just talk about, let's just get a poll. What is this destiny? What is it that this pile is trying to manifest? What was this childhood dream? Spirit, can you give me one or two cards to let me know what Pile One's childhood dream was? Making a choice. The Lovers in reverse. Not making a choice. Not making a choice. Not making a choice. Okay, Spirit. We've got the Lovers reversed and the Two of Pentacles reversed. You know, this actually could be about partnering and the ways that we partner or choose not to partner. So this could be about deciding that you wanted to be solo. It could be about deciding that you wanted to have alternative relationship styles like polyamorous relationships. It could be that you wanted to be a single parent or any sort of living or family or love type situation here that was out of the box. Now, normally I would wait for the Hierophant to turn up to say like something non-traditional here, but it was more about not making choices. The dream was to not the dream the hidden was to not make a choice. Spirit, I need one or two more clarifying cards here about what it was that this dream, this independent, this idea that we could independently affect our destiny. We've got the Six of Cups and the Six of Pentacles reversed. The Six of Cups is about those nostalgic feelings. Knowing, not having to make a choice, knowing that love, knowing that unconditional love was available to you and that you didn't have to make certain choices about moving into these dynamics of giver and receiver in order to have that unconditional love accessible to you. So how does this impact? How does this affect Pile 1's destiny and them getting onto their life path? What is it that this collective, how does this collective leverage that information and that knowledge to get onto their life path? What is the lesson here? Okay, so what it is saying, we've got the Six of Wands reversed and the Ten of Pentacles reversed. Now, it seems to me that this has brought you to some sort of crossroads because you have not manifested with the Six of Wands reversed. You have not manifested this like family dynamic, this you haven't found your collective in pursuing this lack of making choices, maybe having open relationships, maybe deciding not to commit or to not settle down. You feel like you're lacking your soul tribe. So what is it that the collective can do to embrace this Siren energy? What is it about embracing this Siren energy that is going to help and assist the collective? We've got the Father of Swords and the Six of Wands reversed. Okay. So I'm just going to, sometimes you've just got to call it like and read like you're seeing it. So to me, this is saying that this part of the collective needs to overcome their father wounding, the Father of Swords. I mean, we look at this, how he looks like he's being a little bit judgmental here. And because of that judgment, we aren't seeing the flourishing. We aren't seeing the transformation of this butterfly. The butterfly isn't rising out of this mental graveyard here. So how can the collective go about healing these father wounds? What is it that's going to assist the collective in healing their wounding? And how does that relate to embracing the Siren as an archetype? Okay, it's a choice here. We've got the Hanged Man and the Eight of Swords reversed. So what this is, and I am going to look in the next, let's say 2 weeks, I will be posting some downloads that I've had, and an essay that I've written on overcoming the Madonna whore complex. And I think that that's really relevant for particularly a lot of women in potentially in this collective. I mean, otherwise I wouldn't be it wouldn't be coming out. So embracing our sacred sexuality is part of becoming an empress. And whether you're masculine or feminine, embracing that seductive and but receptive, it's sort of that flirtatious aspect where you're not the one that's necessarily taking action, but you are manipulating energies so that you have the attention where you can you can have the offers that you're looking for. So in terms of getting on your life path, we have the Page of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing here is the Page of Pentacles is all about loyalty, stability. He has, in the traditional Rider-Waite, he's got this field of behind him, and it's all tilled and it's waiting to be planted, and he has sort of set himself up, yet he doesn't really know or hasn't yet planted those fields out. And so what this is saying to me is that I don't think that this collective has set themselves up for this Queen of Pentacles, for this ability to sit pretty. They haven't gone about tilling their field and preparing themselves for abundance, that external abundance. This Queen of Pentacles is sitting quite content. She seems to have everything that she wants and needs. What is it that this collective needs to know and needs to understand in order to set themselves up to get themselves into a position of we've got the Nine of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Honey, you need to just guard that magic that you have and understand that sacred sexuality is definitely a part of this universe. It's a valid energy, and it's something that you can work with. I want to just, this is the end of your reading. I'm just going to finish off with reading the rest of your oracle cards, because I think it's going to seal off the end of the reading and make everything make sense here. Everything is there within you, waiting for expression. You are invited to explore the state of flow. You are an infinitely amazing being who can access collective consciousness, especially when you surrender some control to the greater process or get out of your own way. You have permission. You have the permission you felt you needed. Go within and explore. Wonderful gifts are waiting for you. All right, collective. Thank you so much for being here. I will make a note. Well, I'll have to do it later. I'll make a note to post some information about the overcoming the Madonna whore complex. It sounds like that is going to be something that is beneficial. So if you're interested in that, I will try to remember to info link it once I get the content up. In the meantime, if you wanted to like, comment, or subscribe to the channel, then you will be notified when that content becomes live. I hope you focus on guarding that internal spark that you have, healing those father wounds, and knowing that whatever it is that comes up for you, whatever energy and intuition and creative force that comes to you through embracing this Siren energy, that is something that is valid. That is something that is needed here for this collective, and it is something that is going to help keep you and carry you on your life path. So don't abandon that. That is something that is there for you, and it's there for us. So thank you, Pile One, for being here. Namaste. I hope to see you in the next video. All right, hello there, Pile 2. You chose this harmonic flight card. It says, this powerful image represents the divine we see when we look deeply into the eyes of another, and our armor drops. When we meet another being present in the moment with no stories, judgments, or insecurities. All right, so it looks like Pile 2 that finding their life path involves something about other people. Let's take a look at what we've got. We have got the shapeshifter, the maiden, and the nectar. All right, I'm going to be reading a few things from the guidebook. The Shapeshifter 91. The Shapeshifter has a love of theater, games, and trickery. Its energy appears as one thing, only to reveal a more complex story below the surface. The shapeshifter is within all of us to some degree. It's the side of ourselves that is slippery, non-committal, and experimental, and longs to dismiss the rules. When in light, it is vibrant, adaptive, and harmonious. When in the dark, it is a charlatan, people-pleasing, and trickery. The shapeshifter is related to the mask. Notice if these cards come up together in one reading. If so, you are in the realm of heavy theater, illusion, or possibly even deception. The Maiden. So this reading is about finding our life path. So we'll put things together in a moment. Let's take a look at the Maiden. The Maiden. 77. The Maiden archetype is the epitome of innocent arousal, naive sensuality, and precarious purity. She is compelling and addictive because of her flawless and youthful glow. She's the first archetype in the trifecta of maiden, mother, crone, and rightfully so, because she has so much to learn. When in the light, she's curious, enchanting, sensual, and full of vitality. When in the dark, she pretends, projects, denies, and fantasizes. Do you long to be rescued by another or receive a kiss that brings you back to life? Be weary of waiting for a prince. Break the spell of your own life. Break the spell of your own life. All right, the Nectar. This is not what I expected. I mean, you might not have tuned into Pile 1's readings, but Pile 1 turned out to be about father issues and about integrating the Madonna whore complex, and now we have something that looks like it is potentially about shape-shifting for codependency. All right, let's take a look at the Nectar is a tool. The Nectar. 181. The nectar. In Hindu mythology, there is a miraculous substance known as amaret, or nectar, that contains infinite healing power. This golden nectar, or sacred elixir, is the drink of immortality, and it, like its sister substance, soma, is known to activate subtle, intelligent forces that ease the mind, body, and spirit. When in light, it's glowing, relaxed, subtle illumination. When in the dark, it's fixation on fixing, aggressive approach to healing. Sense the nectar within you dripping from the crown of the head and soothing the brain. Let it drip down the spine like sweet honey. All right, so we have a story emerging of finding your life path and your life purpose by giving up some of these codependent shape-shifting tendencies and being able to meet people, be in the present with no stories, no judgments, and no insecurities. So let's take a look. I want to dive deeper into the story here of this collective. Let's do pull a couple cards about the past and understanding what has been the holdup with this collective, this aspect of the collective, finding and integrating what needs to be integrated so that they can enjoy the nectar without that sort of controlling nature. Spirit, can we pull a story so that we can understand better the collective's past position and challenges on getting onto their life path? Okay. We have and I'm still trying to get used to. So if I want to do this one here, this one here, and this one here. All right. So we have the the High Priestess reversed, the Knight of Swords, and Strength. So what this is saying to me is that the High Priestess holds all of the wisdom and information. They are somebody who is able to sit without moving. And so when we think about that in terms of our mental headspace, she is somebody who's able to have thoughts and feelings without acting out. And so in reverse, this is telling me with the Ace of Swords and Strength that with these thoughts that run through your head about potentially, needing to be this shape-shifting maiden who is looking externally for the things that are needed, it's saying that you have the strength to cut these thoughts out, but that with the Empress in reverse that you have not been doing that. So let's get a couple of cards on what it is that you can embrace, what lessons, knowledge, practices, ideas can you put in place to allow yourself to move past this challenge, this hiccup in your journey. Okay. We've got the Father of Cups and the Star. Deep emotional healing that is rooted in feeling those emotions right down to the navel chakra. So feeling our emotions in our city of gems and healing them from that place, healing them from the navel chakra is the practice that came to me. So, when we're thrown into a situation where we feel like our basic needs for survival aren't going to get met, we can get into that fear-based place. My stomach's in knots, that sort of thing. And so what this is calling you to do is to not intellectually process the need and desire for others to feel okay and at present with yourself, but instead that you need to heal it where the center or the pit of those emotions comes from. So one good practice is to lie down, and wherever you are, whenever you're having these uncontrollable thoughts, these cycling thoughts of needing something external to be you, to manifest what it is that you want, and to feel into the body, and with awareness allow that energy to run its course. So help me understand what Pile 2's life path is about. It's about reaching this nectar. It's about Amritam is the nectar of immortality. It is what gives us our healing powers. So this part of the collective may actually be empaths and healers. But in order for them to be able to heal others, they need to be able to heal themselves, and the need to heal others. All right, so this is really about, well, let me not jump ahead of myself. I'm shuffling and getting downloads, and let's get some cards out here. I'll be called to take this as a story. Okay. Okay, we've got the Magician reversed, Magician upright. He's controlling all of these forces in the ethers, in the 5D. He is in reverse. The Emperor is in reverse. And we've got the Ace of Pentacles. So what this is saying to me is that in the past, you have potentially looked to others to manifest the things that you want, to create this stability and opportunities in your life. And I want to get a... No, we're going to go back to this deck here. Okay, so these opportunities. So you've looked at others to bring you onto your path. You've relied on other people for that energy. Maybe even with the codependency with your friends and family and lovers, you've shape-shifted and let the energy and dreams of the people around you guide what it is that you are here to do. So what is the opportunities? That was a jumper, and it has come out in the last reading. So you have let others control your opportunity for the Ten of Pentacles, your emotional fulfillment. And so part of your journey here is we've got the World in reverse and the Sun or Knight of Cups in reverse. not questioning whether your 10 of Cups is over. Not questioning whether your 10 of Cups is over. Okay, so what you're being called to do and understand is that by projecting your ability to spiritually manifest and your ability to ground that into the 3D, because you have been lacking that, you constantly feel like, I just need to make sure this is, you feel like you don't have an opportunity to decide when good times are over for you. So what's happening right now is that you're projecting onto other people and they're creating opportunities, and because those opportunities are not grounded in your sense of self and self-understanding, that then when the energy shifts, you are not able to embody, you're not embodying that energy in yourself, and so those opportunities come to an end for you, and you aren't able to hold on to them. So what is the collective being called to do so that they can we've got the Three of Wands in reverse and the Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay, what you're being called to do is to acknowledge we have to start where we are, and so it's asking you to acknowledge the instability, because we have to see it, and we have to acknowledge the instability in our own thought process and the projections that we have in order to get them to stop. Begin where you are. I guess I'm trying to think. There was a quote when I was much younger that I read, and I was like, oh, this is, and it was something along the lines of begin where you are, begin where you are. You can't be anywhere else. Sun reverse. I'm asking about now what the destiny is. The sun is everything that we want. It's our passion and our fire, and it's in reverse. So the life path of pile number 2 is about assisting other people when they feel like they don't have the sun reversed. What am I doing here? When they don't feel like, I'm shaking the wrong card. When other people, your healer and your life path is about assisting people when they don't feel like they have this nostalgia, this closeness, this community. But in order for you to be able to help the collective and to be that healer, you need to embrace yourself as that healer. Stop putting yourself in positions where what you want, how your life is going, is based on the people around you, because you're projecting into their goals and desires. Okay, this reading is almost done, and I'm going to finish reading the rest of your angel card, your oracle card here, because I think it's going to wrap things up. When we harmonize our energies with another, we can soar to the sky. We can guide each other higher and higher by encouraging all that has been weighing us down to drop away. The bonds you share give you the power to transmute fear. Put time and awareness into resolving karmic connections, or they will continue to play out. There may also be life-changing connections on the horizon. All right, pile 2. Beautiful healers, thank you for joining me. I really hope that this reading has helped you. Do consider that in order to be a healer, we have to be healed. And I know that you've got this strength here. You understand that you have to be able to control your thoughts and emotions and to stop projecting. But I also want you to focus on thinking about what it is that you want, so that other people can't take that away from you. When you know what you want and we sit in the vibration of what it is that we want, things aren't torn away from us. All right, I hope you've enjoyed the reading, and I hope to see you on a future reading. Thanks for joining us. Hello and welcome, pile 3. You chose this beautiful infinite card. It says, as Lemurians were only partly incarnated, their bodies were much lighter, less physically actualized, and less affected by aging. They were also aware of their infinite nature. All right. What do pile 3 need to know in order to get onto their life path? All right, we have got the mentor, the vision, and the dead end. All right, so we'll be reading a bit from the guidebook, and then we'll get on to some tarot. The mentor. $75. Oh, that's the poet. The mentor. $73. All right, the mentor. It is said that cosmic knowledge pours down on the world like a great illuminated waterfall. This can be an overwhelming force. The true teacher, though, is said to also be able to hold this flow of wisdom at bay while the student sips from a focused stream. When in light, the mentor is focused, clear, bright, and remains a student. When in the dark, they're self-serving, envious of youth, righteous, and rigid. We are asked, although it's typically true that parents are our initial teachers, the child will eventually seek a mentor figure outside of the home to assist with their growth. We have the vision. $175. the vision, the dream, the imagined, the revealed. It is said that we are each born with a unique vision, a destiny towards which we are aimed. It is also said that we forget this vision the moment we are born. Thus, we are sent on a lifelong journey of rediscovery. Such is the elusive nature of the vision. It slips away, yet it guides. When in the light, it's a potent imagination, synchronicity, and trust. When in the dark, it's disconnected from art and dreams, listless and aimless. We are asked, look at art you loved when you were young. Listen to old recordings and poems. These are all ways of activating the vision. And the dead ends. Places. 1, 4, 3. 1, 4, 3. Here we go. The dead end. The closed door, the final chapter, the impasse. Contrary to what its name implies, the dead end is very much alive. It is a force that stops us from moving forward as planned. It is thick, dense, uncompromising, a wall beyond all walls. With every bramble, thorn, and stone, it simply states, no more, child. You have reached the last page of this chapter. When in light, you have acceptance, humility, relief, reverence for change. When in the dark, you have inertia, stuckness, tension, unconsciousness, and gripping. We're asked, note that in most stories and movies, the moment the protagonist reaches the end, something riveting happens. You are the protagonist. Okay, well, this is starting to form up a bit of a story here. So it looks like this aspect of the collective are probably maybe our healers, our readers, our intuitives, maybe both. And what has happened was that you went on a journey, you have sought some information and wisdom with a mentor, and you thought that by aligning yourself with these practices and ideas that it would get you to where you need to be on your life path, but you have hit a dead end. All right, let's take a look and find out some more information about the journey and the dead end. So let's first find out a bit more about this mentor vision quest that our collective has gone on, and that's what we'll do first. We'll take a look at, we have the world, and it flipped out and it was upside down. So the world is freedom, liberation. It is the accumulation of all knowledge of the story of the fool's journey. So what this is saying to me is that you have not we have not got to the end of the journey, which is a really good place to be honest, because we never want to stop learning, stop growing. We never want to settle with what it is that we have right now. I mean, we're always growing. The 9 of Pentacles is about perfecting your craft and having the skills and abilities to undertake something independently, to manifest things independently. Tell me more about this dead end. Tell me more about this dead end. Okay, we have got the Mother of Pentacles in reverse. So the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And the Two of Swords. This Mother of Pentacles card she is really nurturing and looking out for this fawn. Now, this fawn doesn't necessarily have to mean children. I am taking the fawn to mean some ideas, something that it is, Pentacles, something it is that you want to materially grow. And you are not nurturing that because there is conflict around the sun. There is conflict around going left, going right. There's conflict around what sort of decisions need to be made in order for you to nurture this thing that you are trying to manifest into existence. So it asks us in the vision card to go back to songs and things from our childhood that made us feel inspired. There's a song and I don't even remember who sings it. And it was a song that really hit me when I was a child. I feel like walking the world, You can hear she's a beautiful girl, she's a beautiful girl. I'm not a great singer. Everything around her, something black and white. Anyways, it'll be interesting, and I'm actually going to put that song on tonight and see what sort of vision inspiration can come to me. I think it's really important for us to connect with our innocence and to connect with those visions and things that really moved us as a child, because there's beauty and intuition in our innocence. So this is really interesting because that's the Mother of Pentacles. All right, that was right. Okay, so in our vision, this is something about the childhood vision. We've got the Father of Wands, the King of Wands. We have got the Ten of Wands, and we have the Mother of Cups, the Queen of Cups in reverse. So what this is saying to me is that in your childhood, you were focused on almost being okay, almost being at the end of the line, almost being at the finishing point. Yet you did not feel emotionally satisfied or emotionally stable with your vision. Okay. Let's get some clarifiers for this. This is going back and digging back into that childhood. Digging back into these childhood memories of feeling like emotionally unstable because you weren't getting to where you wanted to be. We have got the Four of Swords, Temperance in reverse, the Six of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so with the Four of Swords and Temperance in reverse here, what I am getting is Temperance is about us being ourselves. It's about us sort of knowing who we are and being able to mix the aspects of us that are needed, because we're all fluid, right? We're all dynamic people, and we act differently in different situations. I act differently on this channel than I do in my career, than I do when I'm out having a good time with my friends. So this tells me that emotionally you were either asked to or forced to not get emotionally grounded, and that is why you felt like you were always close but never actually there getting to your destination. This caused you to feel like you were constantly on a journey which has left you unprepared. So you constantly were seeking something, moving on. So you're moving and you're not. This is a card, it can be a card of great preparation. He's got all of those fields tilled in the back, and he is now ready to plant his seeds and establish himself. In this reading, we're talking about our life path. So you have felt like you're constantly moving, and not being able to put the roots down in order to follow your life path, because there is this conflict. Let's find out what this conflict is about. The conflict here about nurturing something but not knowing which way to go. No, we understand that. We understand what that's saying. Okay, let's talk about how to alleviate the conflicts. Alright, we've got the Six of Swords. We probably need a clarifier. Because we just said that the Six of Swords was not leading us Alright. Sometimes it's really difficult when you're reading and you end up with the same cards coming out, right? We just had Temperance reversed, we've got Temperance reversed. We just had the Six of Swords. We've got the Six of Swords. So I had to pull a bit more so that I could formulate a story. So I'm just going to quickly show you the cards and then I'll put the story together. So we start off with the Six of Swords, which is about moving on to a calmer place. We have the Temperance reversed, which again means that we're not being our intuitive and true selves. We have got here the Queen of Swords reversed. The Queen of Swords is about having clarity, having a full purview and understanding of what is going on. And you can see in this Queen of Swords that she is steering her own ship, and she's got this bird above who's got a bird's eye view of where she's going. We have got the Nine of Pentacles, which is again about that independence in manifesting for yourself and having the skills that you need, and the Wheel of Fortune, which is about our destiny. So I asked, what is causing the hold up on making the decision? So the hold up is okay. We've already discussed this with Queen of Swords and Temperance. So we know that we're not being ourselves. We're constantly moving on. And it is because of this Queen of Swords in reversed energy. So this is the energy that needs to be worked on for this part of the collective. The Queen of Swords is the energy that you need to embrace. And that is all about confidence and clarity in your way of reckoning things, in your way of using your own personal logic system. You have to come up with a method that is going to allow you to trust in your own ability to judge and steer the boat in the direction for yourself. And that is going to allow you to independently take control of your destiny. Okay, let's focus in a little bit more here on this Queen of Swords. I'm going to flip it up because I want to ask about what it is that the collective can do to get on their life path and independently see with clarity for themselves. Okay, so we have the Seven of Swords reversed. So the Seven of Swords is about, so the gentleman on the Seven of Swords has gone into the enemy's camp, and he has stolen those swords so that they can't be used against him. In reverse, what this is saying to me is that this is about, with the mentor and the dead end, this is about you being able to take criticism. We've got the Strength reversed here and the Three of Cups. So it's really interesting here. The fight that this collective has been having is with trusting their own wisdom and their own intuition, using their own wisdom and intuition, and the knowledge of others that they can use for moving forward. With the sun here as the outcome, what it is saying is, in order for you to get onto your life path, you have to take a look at the criticism that you have been given by others. Your understanding is valid, but we don't live in isolation, and we need to at least consider what other people are saying are our strengths and our weaknesses, or things that we need to work on. And so you need to bring this light of illumination to what your mentors have said, because right now you're blocking things out. You are coming up to these dead ends because you've been unwilling to work with those energies. And it is all right to want to take our healing and our personal development in our own way. And in fact, that's what it's asking us to do. But it's asking us to take it in our own way, in light of the fact that we are willing and able to accept criticism from others and to take that on board and process that. Okay, we're nearly at the end of your reading, pile 3. I'm going to finish with reading the rest of your oracle card, and I think that will wrap up the reading for you. So we have this card of rebirth can appear after challenges that have required a level of surrender. You have arrived at a beginning. Revel in your newfound inner freedom. Blockages have fallen away, and there are opportunities to step into. Stretch your wings and arise like a phoenix, born anew, ready for a new cycle of growth. Celebrate, honor the road that brought you here, and prepare to take flight with the tools you have gathered through your evolution process. All right, pile 3, I think that is a very direct message on what it is that you need to do to get back onto your life path, to get the vibration to raise your vibration so that you aren't feeling this emotional imbalance with where it is that you're focusing your energy. All right, lovely to be here. If you like the way that I read, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to interact with you guys in the comment section. If you found this reading to be helpful and you would like to share with me how it was helpful for you, that will help me in further readings. All right, thanks for joining us.